Hello, online crew. How are you today? Welcome to today's live where I'm going to be talking about the Reels algorithm. So firstly, do you know what I'm talking about in relation to Reels? Hopefully you do. If you don't, just to clarify, I am talking about Instagram Reels. So that is a micro video content on Instagram. So that's what I'm going to talk about today because Instagram has released some latest information regarding how their algorithm works. So I'm going to explain that to you today. So hello to and welcome to today's broadcast. Hello to those of you on my business page, YouTube, and my free group over here. And to those of you over here, hello to Instagram, those of you that are watching live over on Instagram. So I am broadcasting in 4 different places. I've got my screens a little bit closer than I did yesterday. So if I'm looking here, I'm looking at YouTube, Instagram, and my free group. And if I'm looking over here, you're joining me live on Instagram. So hello, Instagram people. How are you today? And hello to the others watching over here. So if you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know where you are coming in from. If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. This is just a little bit of fun for our community here of home-based business owners. So I help home-based business owners bring their business online by using modern social media strategies. And one of those strategies would definitely be Instagram Reels. So share with me who is using Instagram Reels, who's just started with a 30-day Reels challenge in learning all the things regarding Instagram Reels. If you're not aware and you're new to me on Instagram or over here on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, I've just started a free 30-day Instagram Reels challenge. You can jump on it at any time. You could start tomorrow if you want. You could start next week if you want. You've just got to register for it and get the information. So that is in the description above for those of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, and in my group. For those of you here over at Instagram, you can get access to that by helenmartinonline.com/reels. And if you register for that, you'll get all the information and then you can participate in our challenge. So a good thing to know is how the algorithm works. But here's what I want to say regarding anything to do with algorithms, whether that's Instagram, Reels, Facebook, etc. People get all uptight about the algorithms. I have a lot of people when they join my groups and I ask them, what would you like to learn? And they will say something like, I want to learn the algorithm. The algorithm's killing me. The algorithm is hurting me. You know, those things like that. Even though I talk about this stuff, and I've got my notes here. I've got a whole lot of cool information to share with you today about the algorithm regarding Instagram Reels. Please don't focus your time and attention on the algorithms. Focus your time and attention on loving on your audience, creating amazing content, knowing your brand, tightening up that brand to know what content it is that you're providing to your audience, and they will continue to follow you and show up and engage with you, regarding that, that particular content. So although it is handy, yes, to know the algorithms and how they work and how best to utilize them for yourself and your content and your presence on social media, please do not get all chewed up about the algorithms because it's not really what's important. What's important is how you're showing up. How consistent are you on social media? Do you have a really defined brand? Do people know what you do? Do people know what you're teaching or, the value that you're bringing to the marketplace? Are you showing up for them often? Are you doing live content in some sort? Live video, Facebook Live, YouTube videos, Instagram Reels? Like, are you going live in any capacity to let people get to know the person that you are behind your business? So all of that is what's going to take priority over learning the stuff that I'm sharing with you today. Does that make sense? I want to make that really clear because I know you guys all love knowing about the algorithms and, how it all works and how best to utilize it. And it's good information to know, absolutely. But you don't want to get all caught up in the algorithm because it's not really what's important. What's important is what you're doing and what you're doing. Well, what you're doing. Gosh, I got too many cameras going on. So how is everyone going? Hello over here on Instagram. Everyone's saying hello. Good to see you on. We've got Debbie. We've got Loretta. Great to see you guys here. Thank you for joining. We got Kitty on Kitty Kitchen. We got, so hello to you guys over on Instagram, and hi to the rest of you. So just started doing Instagram Reels. We've got Crystal doing that. Hi Rashida, how are you? Yes, on Instagram. Anyone that appears like this, you can't see this over on Instagram, but I'm just showing some comments on my screen over here on Facebook. Just click the StreamYard link. So up above in the description, if you're watching from my group, which you would be if you appear like that, just go to facebook.com /StreamYard, and then I'll be able to see who you are. Jennifer is loving doing Reels, loving the Reels challenge. Awesome, amazing stuff. Okay, so just a couple of reminders. My last live video of the week, which is tomorrow at this time, is only in my free group, which is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. So if you're not in the group, the link is above. Just request to join. For those of you watching from Instagram, if you're not in my free group, just search Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. That is the name of the group. You can also find it from my business page or my website, helenmartinonline.com. There's lots of ways that you can find it and get into the group, because tomorrow in my group, I'm going to be talking about a lot to do with Reels and Instagram and hashtags. And, you know, a lot of those of you that are doing the Reels challenge, you've got a lot of questions and things that are coming up for you while you're doing the challenge. We're going to address all of that tomorrow in the free group, same time as today, but I won't be live here on Instagram or YouTube or all the places. Okay. So make sure you join me tomorrow at this time, but it's only in my free group. And for those of you in my coaching community, my private coaching community, I just did a training for you guys on how to grow your Instagram following in 60 minutes a day or less. So I've given you a framework, I've given you a structure, I've given you notes, I've given you a whole process to follow. All of that's already in the coaching community Facebook group. So go and check the replay if you were not on with me live earlier today. Those of you that are not in my coaching community that would like to be, just go to my website, helenmartinonline.com, and you'll see a banner there that says join our coaching community for $1. You can get your foot in the door for $1. So let's get into the information here. Who wants to know a little bit more about how the algorithm works on Reels? Who's into learning about algorithm stuff? Who likes to know about this stuff? As I mentioned before, it is good to know to I guess help you be a bit aware of what is going to help you along your journey, but it is not going to be your savior, and it's not necessarily going to crucify you. You can do that all you're on your own, depending on how you're showing up on social media. Okay, makes sense? So Crystal wants to know. Okay, one person wants to know. This is for you, Crystal. Okay. So I've got my notes here. I'm reading from this. I can't memorize all of this kind of stuff, but this is from, this is official information from Instagram about the algorithm. Okay. I just want to know what not to do. It's more about what you need to do, Loretta, not about what not to do. It's what to do. And that's all about branding and consistency and great content and knowing your target market and having a good brand and all the rest of it. A lot of the stuff you already know, Loretta. Okay, so let me get into this. Instagram has shared how it determines which Reels each user is likely to be interested in based on 4 key factors. Okay, listening? So in order to determine which Reels to show you, so think of this as a consumer, not as a creator. A creator is somebody that creates content on the platform. So that's what you would be if you're creating content, you're building a business. And a consumer is obviously somebody that's consuming content and what the algorithm is putting in front of you as a consumer. So look at it as a consumer, just for this information. So in order to determine which Reels to show you, we consider how likely you are to, and this comes down to your patterns of behavior. So the algorithm is driven by what you do. So if you want more love, if you want the algorithm to work more for you, you need to do more things, okay? So number 1, watch a reel all the way through. So the algorithm is making a determination of how likely you are to watch a reel all the way through. So obviously that depends on the length of the reel. Just to give you a little tip, most of the really successful reels and what's, I guess, trending more with the most successful reels is the shorter ones. So you can go up to a minute with a reel. You can choose on your settings 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or a minute. but it's recommended to sort of sit around the 7 to 10 seconds mark for a reel, depending on, you know, if you're using an audio track that goes longer, etc. So number 2, how likely you are to like it. Are you somebody, and this is what I really recommend you don't do, Loretta, this is one for you. Don't just watch, which is what a lot of people do on Facebook and you know, Instagram, is you just watch, you just scroll. How many of you scroll Facebook and look at what everyone's doing, but you never comment, you never react, you never love, you just scroll? How many of you are doing that with reels on Instagram? You're just watching, but you're not loving anything, you're not commenting on anything, you're just watching. If you want the algorithm to work more in your favor, and you want to get the right content put in front of you, and you want your content put in front of, you know, in front of the right people, then actually do things. Don't just watch. Don't sit back and just watch. Do things. Leave reactions. Love on the reels. Leave a comment. Haha, this was funny. Loved this. Great creativity. Awesome. You know, those kind of things. Okay. So it's also determining how likely you are to say it was funny or entertaining, so commenting on it, okay? And how likely you are to go to the audio page and create your own reel. That's also one of the determining factors. So I would be high on the radar for that, because I'm saving a lot of people's reels so I can recreate them as I'm learning. The reels, and I use a lot of other people's audios at the moment, because I'm you know, just learning how to create more reels myself. So they're the 4 key factors to determine what's put in front of you. It's your actions. What are you doing? So if you want to get more targeted reels put in front of you, then react and comment on the ones that you like more, that are relevant to you, and then you'll see more that are relevant to you, especially if you're being strategic and you are building on Instagram for business purposes, which is what I'm doing. Then deliberately love, like, and comment on the reels that are relevant to you, that you know perhaps your target market would be watching those reels because you're watching it. Then deliberately react and comment so you get seen by the algorithm, brings you more of those types of reels that you could potentially copy yourself. Does that make sense to you guys? If you want more reels put in front of you that you can create that are relevant for your audience, you might want to see more reels of people that are like-minded to you doing the same thing of you. So comment and love on those types of reels. You following along? Okay. Okay, so the more reels you watch, ideally all the way through, the more signals are firing off of interest to Instagram. Then it has an order to determine what you want to see, okay, with additional direct factors like likes and comments. So if you want to see more of a particular type of content, then like and comment on those ones, and don't like and comment on other ones. So I'll give you an example of that. It intrigues me, the dancing ones, you know, especially the split screen, where somebody's doing the little dance, and you know, they're moving their feet 100 miles an hour and then somebody's on the other side, you know, copying it, or anybody doing some kind of dancing. I watch a lot of them because I find I'm fascinated by them. But I'm not about to turn up, sorry guys, I'm not about to turn up on my Instagram reels and start teaching you guys how to dance. It's just not going to happen, okay? I'm here to teach home-based businesses how to build on social media. I'm not here to teach you how to dance. So I don't like and love and comment on those ones, because that's not what I want to potentially see more of. They're good, they're interesting, they're fun, they're entertaining, but being distracted by that in my feed in Instagram is not going to help me build my business. Do you get it? But if I see other reels that are quite clever and intriguing, and I know, oh, I could recreate that, or you know, that's a pretty cool idea that maybe I could do for my audience, then I'd like and react and comment on that one to train the algorithm to show me more of that stuff. So if I get caught for an hour watching the dancing ones, then I'm just wasting my time. It's not going to help me build my business. But if I react and comment, that's going to send more signals to Instagram that they're the kind of videos I want to see more of. So don't waste my time with the dancing ones, please. Can you please eliminate those? I want my time to be more strategic. Do you get that? Does that make sense? So you drive it. You're in control more than you think you are. Okay. Next. Instagram shares the 4 most important signals that can boost your Reels reach. Okay, listening to this. The most important signals, roughly in order of importance, are 1, your activity. We look at things like which Reels you've liked and commented on, again, and engaged with recently. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2, so the history of your history of interacting with the person who posted it. So now you might start following somebody who posted a reel. Like that's all being tracked, your interaction with the actual individual. So if you have no interaction, if you don't follow them, things like that, that'll, play less in the signal than if you actually choose to follow somebody that created that reel. Make sense? Number 3, information about the reel, such as the audio track, the video understanding based on pixels and whole frames, as well as the popularity of the reel. Okay, so the actual sort of nitty gritty of the reel comes into play there. And the last one, information about the person who posted and how others interacted with them. So again, these 4 factors that I've just read out, are the most important signals that can boost a reel's reach. So basically, the more people that you can get to interact with you, like as a creator, not a consumer, the more and this comes down to simple things like, putting a question in the captions, asking people a question in the captions, driving for engagement, those kind of things. The more it's no different to Facebook, guys. The more love that you, give, the more love you get back. The more people that comment and you comment back, that drives the algorithm. It's no different, really, the Reels algorithm in that respect to what you already probably know about how the algorithms work. Okay. So Dolores did her first reel today. Woohoo for Dolores. Well done. Awesome. I just might get brave and dance on Reels. So Crystal might dance. It's a way for me to help educate my audience about nutrition for the body. I'm weird and I'm okay with that. If it's fitting for your brand and you enjoy doing it, then do it. I actually love dancing. Like for those of you that have been around me for a while, I am actually a qualified Zumba instructor. I got the moves. You just haven't seen them. I love dancing. If I could have had my time over, I probably would have done something with dancing. I absolutely love dancing. It's not that I don't want to. It's just not fitting for my brand and what I'm here for. And I don't really have a desire. I mean, who knows? I might eat my words in 6 months' time. Let's see. But it's just not fitting for me right now. But if it's fitting for you with what you do as a brand, go for it. It's not right or wrong. Nothing is right or wrong with Instagram Reels, let alone social media alone. Nothing is right or wrong. Okay, a couple of more points just to finish off. Instagram is trying to match up what you engage with by showing you more content similar to the videos you've watched. This is typical of how an algorithm works. You can drive that. So watch more of what you want to see, and then guess what? You'll see more of what you actually do want to see, okay? So if you engage with Reels about dogs, for example, you'll see more dogs in your feed. Watching basketball will lead to more basketball, boats, whatever. They're the examples that have sort of been given. So just be careful with what you watch and how much you watch of. If you're one of those people that has massive squirrel moments and gets really distracted by something like Instagram Reels, the same thing would probably work with TikTok as well if you're hanging out there, is if you get really distracted by a certain type of reel or dogs or cats or cooking or something that's not related to how you're building your brand, then that's what you're going to see more of. And that might not be very helpful to you if the reason that you're here is to build a business. So just be mindful of how much time you spend looking at the entertaining stuff, because you'll end up seeing more of that and you'll be missing major opportunities of the stuff that maybe really be helpful to you. Okay, because that's how the algorithm works. Okay, so, and finally, Instagram also shares what it will limit Reels distribution. And I'm hoping this wouldn't be relevant to any of you here, but I'll just let you know sort of what it is. So they recommend you avoid things like low resolution or watermarked Reels, e.g. TikTok. Okay, so if you do a video on TikTok and you share it to Reels, it will limit your reach for that. Doesn't like it. There are apps that you can, reduce, like get rid of the TikTok logo. There are people saying that even though the logo's gone, Instagram knows where the original source came from. So you're always better to do it originally on the Instagram platform than doing it on TikTok and sharing it. But you just sort of have to test that. But the big thing is leaving the watermark on. For TikTok, they do not like it, and it will absolutely limit your reach. So if you're going to do that and you're going, the original source is TikTok and you're going to share to Reels, use one of those apps. The ones that I use is Snaptic. It's not an app though. People get confused with this. It's a website. So you put it in your browser, you put your link to your TikTok in, and then it takes off the watermark, and then you can post it as a reel without the TikTok logo on it. Okay. Reels that focus on political issues. If you're going to get political, don't do it on Instagram Reels. They're going to limit your reach for it. So hopefully none of you are going there, but just be mindful that if you do, it'll limit your reach. Okay. And Reels that are made by political figures, parties, or government officials, or on their behalf. So those are the kind of things that, excuse me, hang on for a second. Bit of a frog in my throat there. Those are the kind of things that are going to really limit your reach. So for the most part, it's anything that's really, really poor quality, anything with a watermark on it from somewhere else, or if you're going to get political, you'll get hurt by that. And the last thing, their advice, there's no prescriptive, get it out, Helen. There's no prescriptive guide that will turn each of your videos viral. There's no method to it. There's no prescriptive guide. You're hearing me? There's no prescriptive guide to ensure that any one of your reels is going to go viral. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's no one specific thing that's going to make your reel go viral. And in the large part, it's trial and error. That's what they've written. Some of you will know, the video I did on TikTok, my very first video on TikTok, and there's a whole 2 over there, over 1 million views, almost 7,000 subscribers from one video. No method to the madness, no real reason for it, can't work it out. But yeah, over 1 million views and I've almost 7,000 subscribers that I've got over on TikTok. But I'm concentrating really on Reels at the moment, and then I'll go to TikTok and then repurpose and see what happens. Okay. And the other way that you can get really good exposure, and I'm not ready for this, you guys might not be ready for this, but this is, collaborating with other influencers. So if you did, different collaborations with other people that are already successful, doing Instagram Reels or just an Instagram influencer of some sort, then that can really help. Obviously drive the algorithm, get your content out to more people because of the networks that the other person has. So that's something that you might think about further down the track, but not necessarily right now. Okay. So just to wrap up, that's cool information to know. Store it, keep it, work within those parameters for the most part, but don't let that overshadow you just having a really good time on Instagram Reels, creating a reel every day at the moment, if you can, to maximize your reach and see how you can sort of maximize it for you within however you're sort of branding yourself. So just one last reminder, my live tomorrow is only in the Facebook group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. So anybody's welcome to join that. If you want to join that live tomorrow, that'll all be on more on Reels and Instagram and hashtags and those people that are actually in the challenge. Yeah, it's a bit of a Q&A as well for you guys. If you're struggling with anything, then turn up to that live and then you can ask me questions there. And to those of you in my coaching community, don't forget to go and watch the replay of the training that I did for you guys earlier on how to grow your Instagram following in 60 minutes or less a day. Okay, so for now, over and out. If I see you tomorrow, I see you tomorrow. If I don't, have an awesome rest of the day. Bye. So bye to those on Facebook and see you to those over on Instagram. Oh, we're still going. I'll turn that off now. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of Instagram and I'm still sitting here.